Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I understand that I have not done one of these voiced videos for a very long time, and the recent uploads have all been castle time lapses, but don't worry, I shall get back to those castle time lapses very soon. But in the meantime, please enjoy this brief tour of another one of our survival servers, and this survival server is called Polycraft. It's on Java with some of my other friends and I, who have played it and built over it for quite a few months. It's actually kind of dead now, but it was once a prosperous, lively server. Anyways, without further ado, shall we get into it? So, in fact, the place I am standing right here is very close to spawn. It's very close to this. It's on an island actually. It's on a spawn island. And to be honest, this island is an absolute mess, as you can see. There's things everywhere. Random people put random belongings here and there, and it's kind of overwhelming. But anyways, our first location shall be Wicketwilson's little starter base, and this is, I don't know what to call it, a shack perhaps? This is his shack with a bunch of random survival things in it, and he also has a basement, I believe. Yes, a very messy, cozy, I should say, basement with some questionable pits in places. You know, that looks like an old-fashioned toilet, to be honest. But anyways, yes, it's an interesting place to mention at least. And as we climb back up the ladder, we see Wicketwilson's egg farm with a bunch of chickens cramped in it. And if I remember correctly, once upon a time there were villagers in this coop as well. But anyways, yes, a thing to mention is that this used to not be made out of wood. This used to be literally a dirt mound, and you can see that there are still remains of the dirt mound here. And the reason that it was changed to wood was because very early on in the server, I actually destroyed this person's space and everything related to Wicketwilson because he deconstructed my unfinished projects. And yes, those are of great controversy, those topics, so we shall not be talking about them any further. And here we see a little natural harbour of, I believe it also belongs to Wicketwilson. And do not question what this mess of banners are. And this was once a nice little residence for a villager owned by, many villagers actually, owned by Purpentilo. And this is also Purpentilo's little farm. And speaking of Purpentilo, the artificial island over there is also a build belonging to him. It unfortunately was never finished due to, I actually do not know the reason, but probably because of lack of motivation, and it was supposed to be a mighty castle, but we shall never see it in its full glory, unfortunately. Anyways, moving further along the spawn island, we have Wicketwilson's little shop here, little stall I should say, selling a lot of random agricultural produces, yes, different types of crops, and I have no idea what this is. Yes, this used to cover a creeper hole, by the way. And moving along here, this is the sugarcane shop without any sugarcane now. And for some reason, it's just a random fruit of whatever this is from the end growing right next to Wicketwilson's base. And over here, this is definitely a violation of human rights, I should say. And this is a restaurant built collaboratively by Purpentilo and Wicketwilson, with nothing to offer. And there's a rooftop terrace as well, which is very, very nice. So, going further along this path, this is a torch of some random cult, I believe. Grand altar for the high FOV cult. Sacrifice here. I am against the high FOV cult. As you can see on my screen, I always play with low FOV, but the other members love their higher FOVs. But anyways, without getting distracted by this stupid altar, this is Purpentilo's shop / base. And it sells a lot of random things, even smithing templates for some reason. Anyways, yes, and yeah, it's quite a little nice shop. And shall we move upstairs to spectate the private areas? Oh, never mind, there is no private areas. Very crowded, I should say. And I also believe that there is another terrace above the roof. I think if I just climb the leaves there. Yes, indeed. There is a melon farm which is sadly inaccessible to us. So shall we not worry about it then? And on the other side, opposite of this lovely little shop, is the spawn branch of the new Felenia company. And the new Felenia company is the richest company in this entire world. And yes, it is owned by me, and the headquarters is probably the largest building in the server, my headquarters I should say. And this is the branch at spawn. It is, in my opinion, it is a lovely building. Unfortunately, without any interiors, as you can see. But at least the exterior is splendid, in my opinion. Viewing the build from a different angle, very nice, with a little spire at the back. And yes, the back's more of the same style. A lot of stone for the foundation of the build to prevent the wooden structure at the second story from rotting, of course. And yes, I do apologize for the lag. It's not ideal. I do not have any bed on me. That is so unfortunate. Anyways, let me just try and find a bed to sleep in for the night before we continue the tour at spawn. Unfortunately, it's starting to rain now. Anyways, there's a lovely fountain here built by Purpentilo, and also another garden as well. And this is another shop front, also built by Purpentilo, which he never got to finish. Which is really sad, because it would have looked really nice here on this little square. And this space is Purpentilo'sxw House, which I have no idea what that means. And here it just says Purpentilo'sxw House, which is confusing. And there's a tiny villager trading hall. What do they sell? Lending and fire aspect, right. Quite cozy, I should say. Peculiarly made out of stone for some reason. Made out of deep slate. And yes, I will just have a view of this building, enjoy it from all angles. The back is more or less unfinished, I should say. And a weird random pillar of melons there, which I shall ignore. And moving along, this is I believe Wicketwilson's house. Yes, it's Wicketwilson's house. And the entrance almost resembles that of a hobbit hole. And the first story is not a lot of profit, I should say. Anyways, the first story is almost like a kitchen, I should say. And the second story is houses a butcher with a random grass block for some reason and a chimney. Very, very cozy. Yes, I would say it's almost a restaurant. Perhaps it is. This little stove is I'm not sure who built this. I have no idea. I think Frenzy? I do have to say, a very unique flooring, but anyway, selling some random things here. Diamonds are scattered around the place. Yes, very nice. Anyways, that is this corner of the world all showcased, except some other things at the back, including a string tutor. Does it even work? It does actually work. Wow. It did not look like it worked. And a very sketchy collection system. Very sketchy. Very messy as well. And anyways, I almost fell into that pit. This is Cat Protection Society. I forgot who built this, and literally it does exactly what the name suggests. Protecting cats. I thought there was a basement, and that's all to it, I guess. Oh, so annoying. And this is another little shack also for cats. I have no idea who built these two buildings, so apologies for the lack of information. But anyways, this is an iron farm built by Frenzy, and since it's at spawn, it's always loaded in. So although it's a very simple, unindustrial design, it's still very efficient. Well, all of this used to be filled with iron, but now somebody's taken it all, probably. Yeah, there's no iron here for some reason. But anyways, that is not the focus today. Oh yes, this is the enchanting table. That is the communal mine here at spawn, which nobody uses anymore because they've all got their own. And this is another random construction site of beds. And that is everything at spawn. That is everything. And now with spawn all covered, yeah, I'm too hungry now. So excuse me as I consume a few pieces of roasted chicken. Anyways, this is a railway track leading to Frenzy's base over there. And this is that is his old shack and his port. And his new base for his headquarters of his company as well. A random dirt pillar, not uncommon for this server. And this, I have no idea what this is. Anyways. And it has a lovely view of spawn over there, of my base as well. That's not my main base, as I said earlier. So this is Frenzy's humble abode, which he has humbly moved out of, into a less humble mansion. And there's no more valuables in here, but that used to be filled with valuables. And this is a little pond with a lot of sugar. And yes, he also has his own chicken coop. 2 chicken coops actually. This is a a sheep pasture. And this is a grave to... Actually, I should not mention this. This is his little farm, his forest. This whole area is called Teddywood, by the way, owned by Frenzy. Frenzy's drug emporium. You shall find out why it's called that in a minute. And because all he sells is drugs, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it's potions, which are also drugs. Also, why is there no blocks under this? Very strange. But anyways, shall we move upstairs to continue inspecting the interior? Yes, I would like to say it's kind of strange how it's all in one room, but shall we not question it? He also has a bunch of cats of his own, and a lot of utility furnitures here, with a great big window at the back. And on the highest story, it's just a simple nether wart farm for his drug business. Enjoy this view of the back. Also ignore that. And yes, let's just view this wonderful building from all angles. Also, by the way, if I have not mentioned so far, this world does not have any cheats, so do not worry. Very nice building. Also a stone basement with a nice gradient. To mention how he has taken his time to create these wonderful lamp designs, which I highly appreciate. So that, I believe, is everything that Teddywood has to offer. In that case, shall we continue to our next destination, this time by boat? Oh, it's a little cave there as well, a cove. And this is the entrance to Sugarcane Pond, which is Toddler's space. And some random pieces of glass here. So as we traverse along this coastline, we shall eventually find ourselves at a lovely artificial cherry forest surrounding a pond, of course. Let me just casually park my boat here. And yes, there's some lovely copper being oxidized, a nice, I do have to say, very strange design for a smelting area, and a minecart track leading to Sugarcane Pond, which is, as the name suggests, a pond filled with sugarcane. And just take a moment to appreciate, except the rain, how lovely, how cozy, beautiful this place is. And except the bunker. This used to look so much better, by the way. This used to be a hobbit hole, but now it's just a bunker with a very, very messy interior. And yes, Sugarcane Pond has a massive sugarcane farm extending all across here. As you can see, he also has his own agricultural means of agricultural production capabilities. Very nice. Extending far into the sea with a dirt pier. Now, before we continue, I shall like to sleep and show you all of this in a better weather condition. lovely smiling face every time you go to sleep. And also I'd like to mention that this person's mine, Tobler's mine, is absolutely massive. Not very mob safe, I'd have to say. So as you can see, the sun has come out to greet us on the high azures. That is everything from, what's it called again? Sugarcane Pond. Anyways, shall we return to the spawn direction? Ah yes, I forgot to mention there's also a great mob spawner that Tobler had built, which I requested to deconstruct because I thought it looked ugly, but the deconstruction had been cancelled because I had realized that it is ancient and a very important part of the history of this server. Anyways, that is Teddywood in a sunny weather, absolutely stunning. And yes, that is everything in close proximity to spawn. And after this, we shall move further westwards and eastwards as well to showcase other people's bases, including my main base. And yes, I shall see you in the new destinations. Now we are on a boat towards my bases, and I think I forgot to mention earlier that what behind us, this entire city I should say, this port is called Polyhaven, since the server is named Polycraft, or shall I say the world is named Polycraft, and that's the port. And yes, before we head off to my bases, I would just like to show off this is a very early construction done by Wicketwilson. I'm pretty sure it's like the crop empire or something, but anyways, it's just it's just a floating farm of various crops, which I'm pretty sure this project has been long since abandoned, unfortunately. What's even in this? Some crops. Anyways, we shall not linger here for too long since there are much more prioritized locations on our list. And another thing that I think I forgot to say when touring Sugarcane Pond is the island on the bay here with the signs on it, the one I'm pointing at right now. This is actually called an island called Business Island, and the reason why it's called that was because very early on Tobler and I did a lot of business here, where I sold him a lot of villager purchased diamond armor that I produced, and he gave me diamonds in return. And yes, it is important to mention that the reason I'm the richest person in the world is because I did a lot of business. I sold a lot of villager produced things like diamond armor and enchanted books for actually reasonable prices, but it was the only way people could get them at the time, so everyone bought it from me. And that was why, without mining a single piece of diamond, I remained the richest person for such a long time. Of course, later on I had to make a compromise and start mining as well, because everyone else was getting like Fortune 2 and Fortune 3 and things like that. So I had to also start using Fortune 3 pickaxes, unfortunately. But very early on, yes, as I said, I was very well off compared to everyone else who was trying to get diamonds from mining, and I had actually made tens and tens and tens and more than 2 stacks of diamonds just from trading. We have approached the shore of the New Felenian Empire, which is owned by the New Felenia Company. Actually, they're kind of the same thing, but anyways. And yes, this is a river which leads to my base, and as you can see, it should say here, this sugarcane farm is property of New Felenia Incorporated. And yes, the sugarcane farm is over here. There used to be a land bridge right there, but Frenzy once helped me to demolish that land bridge to make easier access to my base. Anyways, this is a really nice sugarcane farm which I always harvest. No, I never harvest, but that's the same sign. But anyways, this is my base that I was talking about. Well, at least, what am I even holding? Oh, my sword. There it is. But at least one of my bases, my first base here, my first actual settled base here, and as you can see, there are villages all over the place. Yep, fletchers. And houses as well, with a small tiny bamboo patch. And yes, it's kind of just standard here, with beds all over the place, you know, for villagers to sleep in. And this location, I'm pretty sure, is called Aleksandrograd, named after, I'm pretty sure, myself in this world. And yes, I had also planted a few cherry trees here, with a bunch of lecterns surrounding the center. Yeah, and there's a nice little farm here, which I often harvest as well. And built into the side of this cave is a stone quarry, which I also happen to be growing my nether walls as well. And some very random lapis lazuli over here. And this is my nether access. Quite nice, I'll have to say. It's a very big quarry, by the way. All the stone which I had used to build my mega base, which I had used to build my headquarters, everything else, and my branch at spawn, all extracted here, right here at this location. It is a critical site of the new Felenia company. But what's more critical is obviously the villages right there. Unarguably, undisputed heart of the empire, economic heart of the empire, not political heart anymore. And yes, this used to be the capital of New Felenia. And oh yes, there's also a stone harvester here, which I often use to get the snow for my bases, for my medieval bases. But anyways, that is enough of me talking. And I also used to plant a lot of mega spruce trees right here to trade with the villagers, of course, to make into sticks. But that has that operation has long stopped because they look really ugly. And yes, there are villagers of all sorts here. Some more houses up there. But there's a stonemason here, yeah. And this is a very important mechanism for the empire. This is an automatic villager breeder, and as you can see, there are a lot of villagers which I had accumulated in that pond over there. It was originally intended for an industrial iron farm, but I never got around to building that due to laziness, mainly due to laziness. And yeah, it constantly produces villagers which solves the problem in Minecraft of your villagers randomly disappearing after a while. But anyways, as you can see, there's a farmer villager here, always producing crops to breed, and an entrance to a lot of beds with a hole for the baby villager to fall under. Very nice design, I'll have to say. I think I designed this myself, yeah. But anyways, my first actual base is this house over here, this lovely Tudor style inspired medieval build, late medieval build, half timbered frame. And as you can see, some villagers have also taken residence inside some of its rooms. And this is Frankula's Inn, Frankula obviously being myself. And yes, there's villagers everywhere, literally everywhere. And this used to be filled with sheep, but since villagers kept falling in here, I had to open the trapdoor, which limited the amount of sheep I could farm. And I'm pretty sure I stole a lot of things. Yeah, this is my scrap chest. And anyways, shall we move on into the actual inn itself? yes, a lot of villages everywhere. And anyways, from a different direction, this is what it looks like. I really like this build. I think it's one of my best I've ever done. Although it's of a small size, but it's really cozy. It's as you can see, it was originally 2 small villager houses, which I had edited. I had I had modified into this old headquarters. This old headquarters of my company. And this is my cow pen. Apologies for the lag. I will sleep very soon, don't worry. Yeah, very nice. That corner is a bit it's a bit sketchy, but we shall not talk about that. And anyways, I'm pretty sure this is my... No, this is not my good chest. Shall we move out? Shall we move upstairs to show you the rest of the inn and the headquarters? As we climb up this spiral staircase, what greets us is a painting, a lovely hallway, a chamber, and going over here, there's some 2 small storehouses, which somebody has forgotten to close the doors, and here is the Tavern keeps room, and this used to be my old room and office, so let me just quickly sleep here. And yes, I really like this place. Obviously, this is my ender chest with a lot of diamonds, of course, with a bunch of... How much is this? Let me just check. Is there no crafting tables in here? Alright. Luckily, I have some in my inventory. How much diamonds is this? Yes, as you can see, I do have a lot of diamonds. This used to be my iron armor, my original armor, which is almost worn by now. And this is my chair, which I often sit in. There's a lovely view over a bunch of villages and the rest of the river and the spruce forest as well. It's a very nice location, and a bunch of things in here which I had gotten from villager trading. But anyways, yes, as I said, I used to sit in here to write this lovely diary, which I should show you. Vladanov's diary, yes. My name in this world is Vladanov, and I am supposedly a Russian aristocrat. Anyways, day 144, day 145, you see. Yes, there's 48 pages. This is literally my personal diary in this world, which I had written a lot of things in it. All my tasks, and my progress in the world. I had come up with my own year system as well. I used to just write day 332, but that is the first year, and the second year I started writing 31st January to AG, you know, after generation, 19th April to AG. You know. It's a bit of a pain to calculate from the actual time in the server, but still it is what it is. 16th May, and it just keeps going on until the last page, and after that I had not written anything else. Anyways, that is everything in this extremely cozy room here. And now let's move on to the 3rd story of this nice building. And the 3rd story is 2 bedrooms for guests to sleep in, of the inn, of course. And there's there used to be glass here, but it was broken for some reason. Very rude of someone. And there's another bed here which does have glass, and it's a really nice location. So Frenzy used to come here often and sleep in one of those rooms. Same with Purpentilo as well. Anyways, as we head back down, I am pretty sure that is everything to show. Oh yes, there's another thing here. So over this direction is a build built by Purpentilo. It was abandoned before its completion, but anyways, it is still worth showing. And since it is within my territory, I often tax him random things to allow him to stay at this location. Please pay land rent, or your property will be claimed. As you can see, I write that often everywhere. But anyways, I still think it is a nice facade for... It has a lot of potential, but unfortunately it was never completed. And still some resources left there. And yes, that is absolutely everything to show in Aleksandrograd. Now, shall we move on to another location, which is my headquarters, my new headquarters. That is my old headquarters. Move past all the villagers there in the boats. This is a wonderful forest. And yes, there's a raid leader trapped in a boat, and the reason we haven't killed him yet is because we don't want to start a raid at my at my main location, at one of my main bases. Anyways, as we move further along this river, this lovely forest, we shall see the end of the spruce forest and be greeted with a lovely oak forest, and into this nice lake here. What you see here in all its glory is the front facade of Novgorod. Not to be confused with the real life counterpart, but this is the current headquarters of the new Felenia Empire and Company. And it has a full interior as well, which is very uncommon for my builds. But anyways, that is my iron farm over there, my personal iron farm. My starter iron farm, I should say. And yes, this, I believe, is a mighty project. This is the largest base on the server. And it took me a very long time to complete. A lot of resources, a lot of effort. I'm really, really proud of it. It's my favorite survival build ever. And there's a little farm over there with a beehive, which I had gotten all my wax from. But actually, why am I docking here? Sorry, excuse me as I traverse my boat to the actual dock. So here, actually, before we take a look at the interior, let me just showcase the rest of the facades, the rest of the sides. So from this side, as we can see, it's a lovely medieval manor, and I did a lot of landscaping because obviously this whole area was never flat. So yes, it took a very long time to flatten it, and by flattening it, I had to raise the ground level, so that is why you are seeing this retaining wall right here. Yes, it's made out of stone, very sturdy, and that is the west facade, I believe. Now, as we head back to the entrance, and yes, I should mention that this whole base is built on a massive island. We head up this very shallow slope into this, to be greeted by this great entrance. And here, as you can see, the interior is almost complete. This nice checkered floor, stretching all the way to the other side, and in the center there is this very big ceiling, very high wooden structure supports. And here, what was supposed to be here at least, is a diamond throne, which I had not gotten around to building yet. And these are obviously just doors into the courtyard, which I shall show very soon. And on either sides, on either wings of the basement, we have these storage areas with currently nothing in them. And also a lot of barrels behind all these things, resources. Yeah. Anyways, if we head up the west wing first, up this staircase, there you see there are all of these different rooms. This is a study. This is an office of one of our accountants, our theoretical accountants of the company, or or lawyers or whatever, like manager or something. And all of these rooms have a lovely view over the entire lake. And on the other side we have a view of the courtyard with a statue of me in the center. And actually I should probably sleep. Let me just go up here. Anyways, as we're here already, let's just showcase the bedrooms. Again, a lovely view of the entire lake. This is the third story of the lake and the forest as well. A chest to oneself, and I'll say a very nice design actually, very cozy, very bright with all the snow. Another view of the courtyard and of the entire island as well. The spiral staircase downwards. A room in the center, a hole in the center, and another bedroom on the other side. A slightly different from the other one, but still very, very nice and cozy. Very organized, neat. And anyways, let's head back downstairs as there's this room for the spiral staircase or for itself. And as we go back out into the hallway, there's another room here. Some nice paintings on the wall, a nice ceiling design, and also another office. Very nice as well. A lovely view over the lake, as I had said many times by now. And that is it for the west wing. The other wing, the east wing, is much the same, except the third story, which is a space all to myself, or to the leader of the empire. And as you can see, this is my main storage area. This is like the neat storage, and all of this is just for bulk storage, for things like dirt and stone and things like that. Anyways, without further ado, let's visit this area. Another study, slightly different again, and oh my goodness, have I not finished this? I did not finish this area. That I shall remind myself to do so then. Ignore the hole in the ceiling. But as we move along, again, lovely view of the courtyard and the stables on either side surrounding the courtyard. My dearest apologies for the lag. Anyways, as we move up the spiral staircase here, this someone forgot to close the door. This is my personal office, overlooking the same lake, waterfront and forest. Lovely scenery, by the way. I'll show some shader screenshots. And my chests, my bookshelves, and over the courtyard. And on the other side of this attic is my personal bedroom. I would say very luxurious for the server. Very nice again. Sleeping, and across my bed is the lake. And as we go back down, I would like to show the other office, the final office, one of the 4 offices of this building. A glass container here to put whatever valuables one has, and another different painting. Let's move back down the staircase to take a look at the courtyard. So here, as you can see, there are stables on both sides with an incompleted ceiling, and another side entrance outside as well. I personally, I really do like the stables as well. I think they add a lot to this build as a whole. And yes, I really do like this build, as I've mentioned many times. A nice European garden with 4 quadrants in the center, and surrounding a statue of myself, Sir 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 Petrovich Alexandrovich Vadanov, something like that. I forgot my name in this server. But yes, very nice indeed, and the more or less the same on the other side. And these lovely paths surrounding the entire place, and more paths here, very grand indeed. And on this sector, the entire base is not surrounded yet. I plan to build something else here, but I have not gotten a chance to do so yet. So for now, we will just enjoy another wonderful view of the entire base. But anyways, that is my two main bases. This one being my main base. I mean, once I complete that side, it could almost be like a mini mega base, you know. But yes, I spent a long time building this, and I hope you like it as much as I do. And yes, before we finish off with this area of the server, behind this hill used to be a great forest, but I had burnt it all down to make space for the iron farm, but now I'm probably never going to build the iron farm. Yep, all of this. It stretches much further along there, the forest fire, I mean. And yes, from this angle, the build is also very spectacular. Actually, I really like this angle, to be honest. Well, that is it for Novgorod. I believe you guys have all seen enough of this base by now. So shall we move on to another location? And now on to our final part of this tour of Polycraft. We shall be visiting a few remote locations and settlements which are not on the main continents. And just appreciate how much stone Purpentilo has put into this. Like, going all the way to the ocean floor, this would have taken a very, very long time, I should say. Anyways, I should. Yes, so please follow me on this journey across the seas as we shall eventually find ourselves. Here in front of us is the old base of Purpentilo, the oldest base on the server, perhaps. This is literally ancient. It's been here since like the second day, according to him. And yes, it possesses a lovely waterfront view of Polyhaven and the mob farm over there as well. Really nice, I should say. Of my base as well, actually. And if we enter this house, unfortunately it does not have an established floor, so we'll just have to walk on the grass. But inside the chest, some very strange belongings, I should say, but still very strange. Anyways, and on the other portions of the island we have some trees, very nice, and an abandoned farmland which looks very miserable right now. And yes, there's actually one little inch of crop here, untouched by whatever calamities has destroyed the rest of the farm. But anyways, without further ado, oh yes, there's another island over there, an unoccupied island which New Felenia was originally going to claim. But anyways, without further ado, shall we travel to the other locations? here what we find in the middle of the ocean, built west of Polyhaven, is a villager trading station with a lot of string dupers constructed by Wicketwilson, I should say, and it is a nice construction, I should say, very primitive though, from an architectural perspective, with a lot of fletchers here and there, and other things, and I should say, yes, a whole heap. What's the string? Yes, a whole heap of string, as they have quite a few string dupers. How do I even get up? Oh yes, it's quite a lot of stories to it. Oh my goodness, why is all of this left open? It's very concerning. I'm very surprised that the game has not been lagged out yet. But anyways, there are quite a lot of string dupers, as you can see. Also possessing a lovely view of the entire world. Of the world's center, I should say. And if we head back down here and sail north from this location, we should discover Frenzy's unfinished creeper farm, if I should remember correctly. Perhaps not. Oh yes, here it is, in its entirety. The spawning, not the spawning, the killing and collection system of it, at least. Not very mob safe, I should say. And I don't think there's anything here so far. Yeah, it's very much unfinished. But anyways, that is all there is to the creeper farm. And now we shall head away from this region, more to the far west, where we shall find colonial possessions. Right before our eyes, in the distance, is the base of Agentcookie, built on the island off the coast of the colonial possessions of New Felenia, and dock abode besides the little patches of gravel. Anyways, a nice tree farm. Oh, actual dogs! I didn't know he actually had dogs. This is very nice. And yes, a nice sugarcane tree farm as well. A very nice, humble abode, I should say. And yes, Agentcookie's hut. Don't steal or death. I doubt your capabilities to assert much dominance here, no offense. I have PvP stuff, so don't steal. I have my reservations about that. Anyways, very open, I should say. Offering a lot of view, a panoramic view across the entire harbour. Though never too much. Very, very cozy. And some random things in the chests. Oh. And yes, this is Agentcookie's base. Very nice indeed, from all angles as well. And just as the sun is about to set, we shall continue our journey into this little riverway, this waterway, deeper into the continent. And in front of us is the work-in-progress bamboo farm of the New Felenia Empire. It currently works, except the collection system, because for some reason when the hopper minecarts get filled up, they just stop in the middle of the tracks, which makes the entire contraption impossible to maintain. Before we complete our examination of this region. So yes, it is a very big bamboo farm, with a lot of minecarts at the bottom, and I'm sure that it's not because of the lack of momentum, because these minecarts, without being filled up, they travelled perfectly without any complication. But But now most of them just stop in the middle of the path like this. It's very strange. And I'm afraid to turn it on because, yes, all the minecarts will just stop. But anyways, when it worked, it was very efficient. Only for a few seconds it produced this much bamboo. And if I turn it on right now, you can see, satisfyingly, we shall collect, the flying machine shall collect all the bamboo, harvest it. Very nice. It's very loud as well. But there are some spillage going on here because I haven't made an actual border around it with glass yet, but that will be solved when the... Yeah, you see, the minecart, they just stop. Like, in the middle, like that. It is so strange. But the flying machine system still works, strangely enough. Yeah, and I've searched this problem up, and I couldn't really find a solution on the internet, so it will have to be fixed some other day. But yes, this is the bamboo farm in its entirety. And let's just stop the flying machine there. They stop like right there. Like I don't really understand. What? How? How did I lose so much momentum? But yeah. Anyway, that is it for this section as well. Now we should move on to find Purpentilo'sxw raid farm, which I've never been to before actually. And as a matter of fact, over there far in that direction there is a swamp where I got all these slime blocks from, and the new Felenia company also has Empire also has another colony there, but that one just has a little hut and that's it. But yeah, now I should... Some people have left these trees floating. Probably Agentcookie. Oh goodness. This is thunderstorm now. Let me just frantically try to... I did not expect that. I did not expect our journey to be interrupted. Let me just quickly get to... Now let us return on our voyage, on our expedition. And I should say, I should mention that over there is a deforestation project of New Felenia Company, since there's a dark oak forest right in that direction, beyond the seemingly endless birch that we're seeing around this entire cove. So I do wonder, where has he built this? Yeah, you see, I have finally found this raid farm, and it's absolutely massive. It's way bigger than I ever thought it would be. And yes, let me just come to get a closer look. This is absolutely insane, you know. Yeah, anyways. Oh, goodness. It's a mega structure. Wow, I am impressed. This is absolutely huge. Yes, can I do that? So it's not really... Oh. This is, not the safest thing I'd be able to say. In fact, I should probably turn my FOV on. Oh, it's starting a raid now. I don't really know what's going on, but... I think I just entered the kill chamber. That was very, very stupid of me. But yeah. That is where we shall sign off today in this episode, in a very anticlimactic way of me entering the kill chamber of a raid farm purposely. But yeah, anyways, I hope you have enjoyed this tour of Polycraft as much as I did making it, and thank you very much for joining me.